What's good, my people? Welcome to the Afterthought here, and this is another video where I prove conspiracy theories wrong. I code break. You know what I'm saying? People to certain beliefs, and I prove to others that certain things are not exactly true. That's a lot of people that do these videos don't do proper research and yada yada yada. You know what it is already. But in this video, I'm going to talk about these FEMA camps, because I believe going into 2019, we need to have an understanding of what's being put out there. If there's certain emergencies that come out, or there's certain things that was to occur, such as these wildfires, which I covered in a video with against Hassan Campbell, because that guy's a major troll. Hassan Campbell ain't telling the truth, but a lot of stuff. If that's the case, African Mabata would be in jail right now for rape, which he isn't. Okay, but again, you got people that think they know everything that's going on. Okay. These religious people who come on my channels, come on my every time I comment or something, they want to argue with me, but I'm going to basically break this down, okay? And in this video, I tell you that FEMA camps are nothing to be scared of. They're there to help you more so than torment you, okay? People have for years, for the last, like 8-9 years or more, have came up with this conspiracy theory that FEMA camps are part of the New World Order, right? They're this and they're that, right? But last time I checked, they're there to help people that's basically homes have been flooded from the water, right? People had to evacuate their homes from wildfires and all that other stuff, right? So basically, I'm going to break down this video, and I'm going to show you what FEMA is. I'm going to show you the purpose of FEMA. Then I'm going to show you I'm going to show you a YouTube video that basically explains these so-called Christian pastors, these preachers, that people that get they're studying their word of God from, and they're not really there to help others like they should be. And then I'm gonna tell you, what's gonna really happen with the New World Order, just like I broke down with the 666, the mark of the beast. I told y'all in a previous video that RFID chip is actually not the mark of the beast. That the mark of the beast has to be given to you by the devil himself. That means whoever's left behind after the rapture then took place, after God then came back for a second time, those are the ones who have to face the Antichrist, okay? The fake Jesus, the guy who's going to be calling himself Jesus. Because again, a lot of these people that do these conspiracy theories don't tell you who the devil really is. They don't tell you the devil's going to be calling himself Jesus. They're not going to tell you that. No, the devil's going to come in as a wolf in sheep clothing. I've been explaining it many times, okay? Satan himself is not going to call himself the devil. You know what I'm saying? He's smarter than that. Now, I'm going to just give this a disclaimer now before I continue. I myself don't believe there is a devil. I believe everybody is basically responsible for their own actions. Okay, we as individuals born, we're taught things growing up, but at the same time too, people do things out of their own free will. People do things because they feel it's the right thing to do in their mind, in their brain. Okay, it's like people kill for a certain purpose. They kill for a certain reason. People do drugs for a certain reason. All right. We go to work for our own reasons, so we can pay bills and have a roof on our heads, right? People live life for their own reasons. They have their own dreams. They have their own goals, okay? The devil is not blatantly whispering in somebody's ear, actually telling them to go do something, all right? I feel the devil is used as something to put the blame on, okay? So every time somebody does something wrong, like every time somebody goes inside of a bank and robs the bank, or they go inside of a liquor store, or they go in somebody's home or they steal a car, they want to blame that on the devil. Like, no, whoever did that had a reason for doing it, because either they were broke, they were starving, okay? Or they had their own reason. They want to get rich the fast way, just like the ones who be trapping, all right? So again, man, this New World Order stuff, if you're a real believer, you won't have to worry about that either way. You're going to be raptured. I'm going to get to that later. But anyways, all right, so let me start, right? So y'all want to know what is FEMA, right? Federal Emergency Management Agency, all right? So it's built for emergency purposes, right? FEMA. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is an agency of the United States Department of Homeland Security, initially created by the Presidential Reorganization Plan number 3 of 1978 and implemented by 2 executive orders on April 1st, 1979. So back in the 70s, wasn't nobody talking about no one world government or no New World Order at all, okay? All that New World Order conspiracy stuff didn't come in until the late 90s, early 2000s, all right? But back in those days, they wasn't thinking about that. They were thinking of ways, okay, how can we help people who are victims of natural causes, of disasters? Because, see, well, a lot of these people don't understand that, and this is why I don't like doing videos too much on covering disasters like that, when people losing their homes and saying that FEMA is an organization like FEMA is built to help you is evil, because people are not in control of what happens to their houses like that, man. Like, tornadoes do happen. Hurricanes happen. For example, right, Hurricane Katrina. That happened because the city of New Orleans didn't do a good job of taking care of their levees. They didn't take that weather seriously at all. They think it was just going to rain regularly. No, man. They did not take advantage of the warning signs neither. When the weather channels, the reporters tried to report it weeks in advance. So then, before you know it, they got hit. And now people were forced to have to evacuate. Move to Houston, move to Texas, move to Oklahoma, and all these other spots. Okay? Because they lost their homes. I had a cousin down there named Corey who tried to tell his wife, let's go. Okay, I got a bad feeling. We got to evacuate. You know, so he been trying to warn her. A lot of his family wasn't listening until that happened. Until it blew up in their face. Okay? So these organizations to help, you know what I'm saying, the victims basically have a place to go in refuge until they're able to get money. Because that's another thing too. Every time these disasters happen, the government got to pay money for these victims. Okay? That's what insurance is for. That's what life insurance and house insurance is for. To cover damages. So for those that's trying to blame this on the government causing these fires and these disasters happen, like, no, man. Why would the government do something that's going to cost them even more money to where their city, their workers got to rebuild and replace what happened? Why would they do something that costs them millions of dollars? It doesn't make any sense at all. That's stupid. Again, man, a lot of people, especially this generation, got a very, very sad way of thinking. They living in too much fear. But let me continue. What is the main purpose of FEMA? They may ask. It created the system in place today by which a presidential disaster, meaning these wildfires, okay, Hurricane Harvey, declaration of an emergency triggers financial and physical assistance through the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. The act gives FEMA the responsibility for coordinating government-wide relief efforts, okay? What is the FEMA and what does it do? The mission is to support the citizens and first responders to promote that as a nation, we work together to build, sustain, and improve our ability to prepare for, protect against, respond to, recover from, and migrate all hazards. What is FEMA's mission? FEMA's mission is to support our citizens and first responders to ensure that it is the nation we work together to build, sustain, and improve ability to prepare and protect against, to recover to respond to and recover from migrate hazards. Okay, so when was FEMA's role in disaster? In the wake of a disaster, the federal emergency, FEMA plays a critical role in meeting the needs of affected populations in the United States. So again, affected populations. The California fires that took place recently, I think the last 3 months ago, man, FEMA had to respond to that. FEMA had to go in and help them people. Okay? That's their job. So when they offer these people refuge, why would they be doing something to torment these people inside? Okay? Because like I said, let's say if a war was to break out, let's say one of these states in the U.S. was to get bombed by one of these countries, a nation that hate us, FEMA got to be prepared for that. Because where would you? I want to ask the person who's listening, what would you do in a situation? Let's say your house, you got to evacuate your house because of a disaster, right? What you gonna do if a tornado or hurricane or a fire affects the area you live in, your house gets burned down? Then where you gonna go, right? What you gonna do is say you can't call your family because your cell phone is not working, all right? You about to run out of gas in your car because you don't got enough money to even get gas. Where you gonna run to? Okay, where you gonna go? Y'all gotta ask yourselves that. And I'm talking to you conspiracy theorists. You people to make all these crazy videos. What you gonna do once this happens, right? Yeah, you pray to God, but if you believe in God, won't God find a way for you to be protected? Won't God find a way to where these people ain't gonna harm you? You see what I'm saying? Man, people don't think about that at all when they make these videos. See, how long does FEMA take to pay? See, now this is the golden question, right? See, as much as y'all talk against FEMA, how long it take to pay? The process varies by individuals and depends on many factors. Once FEMA determines you're eligible, it usually takes up to 2 to 3 days to receive your FEMA funds. That means a big old check can be up to 10 to 15 to 20,000 automatic to your bank account. So again, man, how is FEMA an enemy when they got to pay you through the government? My ad, man, the Constitution, the government has to have FEMA pay you money to recuperate from your losses. So once you get that check for like 20 grand, 20, 10 to 30, 15, 30 grand, whatever, however money they're going to pay you, a lot of you ain't going to have nothing negative to say then. You see? Now let's debunk some of these myths, right? And then this is just something I've basically pulled up. The evidence of debunking FEMA camp myths. Below are details regarding some of the most prevalent claims and facts uncovered through PM's independent investigations, right? So we're gonna investigate this real quick. Okay, so let's see. So Swift Lock Greens, Maximum Security Department of Homeland Security, Central Wyoming. All right, so the photo of a supposed FEMA concentration camp in Wyoming is actually a satellite image of a North Korea forced labor camp. So again, this is not even in America. Somebody took a picture of Korea forced labor camp and said it was FEMA. FEMA ain't got nothing to do with Korea at all, man. What goes on in Korea happens in Korea. And just to put this out there, you know what I'm saying? And this is through one of my friends at work who's getting ready to go to Korea. She does a lot of studies, all right? She's studying their foreign language. She's getting, her and her friend Lauren are getting ready to go to do some work out there because they do K-pop. They told me Korea has their own government. Korea has their own system. Matter of fact, Korea has its own internet where us as Americans, if you live in another country, you can't access the internet at all. Korea is strictly Korean. You know what I'm saying? Korea's language, their music, a lot of their internet and stuff, all that's strictly within Korea. Okay? So Korea has its own government. They have their own world. Okay? They don't live by the standards of the rest of the United States. How the UN lives, they have their own rules. Okay? Again, I'm going to read this. The photo of a supposed FEMA concentration camp in Wyoming is actually a satellite image of North Korea forced labor camp. So again, this is not Wyoming at all. Okay? You got a lot of people who come on YouTube to basically make things up. Okay? They post certain images and then they make up a false allegation. They make up an allegation, right? They want to say this is going on, but really they don't know what they're doing themselves. This is how you get trolled. Every day people are getting trolled. Okay? Because people want to go on the internet for views. They want to get attention. So this is how you get your attention, right? Now, you're going to post a picture of a forced labor camp, but say this is Wyoming. No, man, that doesn't happen, man. That's nonsense. Because why would you even say that? Why would you even won't speak that on somebody else? Why the people of Wyoming got to be in a concentration camp in the first place where they're going to be tormented, right? And labor, right? PM Editor-in-Chief James Megas appeared on Glenn Beck's Fox News program twice to debunk conspiracy theories regarding supposed concentration camps being built by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. You can read transcripts, those from below here and here, okay? But PM research went beyond what could fit in short segments. Below are more details regarding some of the most prevalent claims and facts uncovered through PM's investigation. So the North Korean Wyoming Detention Center, right? Claim there is a minimum of one confirmed concentration camp built on American soil in rural Wyoming. Okay. The Department of Homeland Security accidentally placed these photos on a publicity accessible portion of their website, but they were pulled within 1 hour. The images are not going forever though. Fact. These actually are legitimate images of forced labor colonies, camps, and prisons in North Korea. The images were taken from the hidden Gulag exposing North Korea's prison camps. A report prepared by the Washington, D.C. based Committee for Human Rights in North Korea. Then someone manipulated the headers. Again, so y'all want to, so I'm going to read this. Then someone manipulated the headers, photo dates, and notions. The original 5 images showing a dorm of prisoners, forced labor shops at guard towers are here. When we first got the photos, we had no idea they were prison camps, said Matthew McKenzie, one of the men responsible for collecting the imagery. The North Korean gulags are work gulags, okay? The prisoners are forced to work and live in what look like North Korean villages. So whoever took these photos, they could tell the difference between an American city and then a Korean city, a Korean village, all right? It wasn't until we began interviewing former prisoners that we knew what we were looking at. In the fakes, original maps, geographic coordinates have been covered by poorly pasted DHS logos. So again, somebody copied and pasted the stuff. The whole thing may have been a hoax. The name of the made-up facility, Swiftluck Greens, is an anagram for left-wing suckers. But it's evidence that once things get passed around the internet, they lose context and the wise theory wins. So they're telling you right now, a lot of these conspiracy theories are left-wings, right? They have fear. And I told y'all that before in previous videos, man. Fear causes you to think about things that really ain't happening or that's not necessarily true. Because this proves, man, a lot of stuff is going on in other countries don't have nothing to do with America at all, man. None. Again, this map you're looking at right now, this is a Korean map. That's from Korea. Those images from a satellite looking at Korea. That's not in America at all. So y'all gotta understand, man, you're dealing with a lot of scary people that's living in fear and they're trolling others so they can get attention. That's what this is, man. They want to get views on YouTube. So people like Alex Jones hacking the headlines, they're trolls. Y'all gotta understand it, man. They not doing this out the kindness of heart. And it's not Christ-like neither. They got other people believing in this garbage, this nonsense. This is basically proving that this is all false and fake, right? Number 2, Camp Grayling National Guard Training Center, right? Claim more evidence of concentration camps in America for Americans. Yes, they are real. More photographic proof. Read it and weep. It's coming. So fact, Camp Grayling, located in northern central Michigan, is the largest National Guard training center in the U.S. National Guard. Active and reserve components of the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard all train there, practicing everything from helicopter gunnery to processing and care for prisoners of war. So again, that's a training facility for the U.S. military. There's a reason why, and that's another thing too. Y'all understand, anybody that you know is in the part of the military, that means that they're in the Air Force, okay, the U.S. Reserve, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, they do things like this in secret because everybody's not meant to know what's going on. You're not meant to know these things. You're not going to understand it. So they tell you if they have information they can't tell you, or else they're going to kill you. Why? Because you can't understand. It's not meant for the public. It's not meant for us at home to know what the military is doing. Okay? But you got these scary conspiracy theorists that's so, you know what I'm saying, hooked on the New World Order and the One World Government that they're lying on other people. They're lying on innocent organizations. They ain't got nothing to do with that nonsense. The camps you are referring to are used by our military police for training, said Maj Don Dancer, a public information officer for the Michigan National Guard. So again, man, all these stuff is lies told by these conspiracy theorists. Now, I'm going to bring up another situation, right? Hurricane Harvey in Houston just last year, right? Them Houston floods, right? There's a lot of people who lost their homes due to the Hurricane Harvey because the water was 8, 9, 10 feet deep. I mean, it was bad, right? A lot of people lost their homes, had to evacuate houses, right? But Pastor Joel Osteen there did not let his people into his church at all. None, man. He kept his doors closed. So there's people trying to knock at the church or that church door, trying to come in. He kept his doors locked, but yet you're supposed to be a pastor, right? You're supposed to be a man of God. Now, in this video here, I'm going to show you what a lot of these preachers, these so-called preachers on TV, really feel, okay? This is how a lot of them act. A lot of them ain't really saved. They're not really for God at all, all right? Like they say they is. They have no love and compassion in their heart at all. Because if you're a preacher, you're supposed to let your door in for refuge. You're not supposed to keep somebody out that needs help. So I want you to pay attention, and I'm going to comment after.
There's a lot of people in Houston right now that is displaced, lost everything, and as we stated before, some people have passed away. And Lakewood Church is one of the biggest churches in the United States of America. It's pastored by Joel Osteen. That's a name that most people would know. Now, where Lakewood is located is in the area of 59, and there's a lot of people on that other side where the church is located that were flooded out. Some people died, and as we stated before, a lot of people are displaced. Now, originally, when people brought it up, they stated, oh, well, there's some flooding in the church, so we can't allow anyone in. Then the truth started coming out, and people started to do their own investigation to find out if Lakewood Church had flooding. And this is one of the videos that someone had put out.
Joel, is Joel around here? Has anyone seen Joel? I'm really worried about Joel right now. Joel Osteen, if you're out here, please open your doors. Oh, I bet you're at, oh, look at the flooding. Jesus. I mean, I don't want to take his name in vain, but Joel! Flooding looks horrible right now here at Greenway Plaza. We're at we're at Joel Osteen's church. where he can't take anyone in because he's under so much water distress right now. Look at that. They blocked that off. Good job, Joel. Joel, it's horrible. The humanity, the travesty that we're seeing right here at Lakewood Church.
The traffic's going pretty well.
I don't think any rescue crews could get...
Now, them people had nowhere else to go but to go to a FEMA camp, right? Let FEMA help them because they done lost their homes. This man is in this video showing you that they can't come in. They looking for help and they can't come in, right? You got people like that now that was in need. Okay, because where you go when everything is in your house and it's gone? It's either water damage or fire. It's been burnt to a crisp. What else you gonna do? Okay? So for these conspiracy theories to come on these videos and start doing all this nonsense, trying to say FEMA is bad, you need to look again.
Over here to drop off the victims because the traffic looks horrible. Look at that.
Look at it.
At least a centimeter of flood water. This is horrible. And not to mention this gate is open. I don't know if you can see this gate. It's closed. It's usually open, but now it's closed, so nobody can get in. There's some more floodwaters. My colleague Eric is running through the floodwaters right now. We're trying to see if Joel's here. We wanna make sure Joel can evacuate someplace safe.
Now, most likely Joel Osteen's not even there. That man's probably probably went to his mansion somewhere else. I guarantee you, he does not live in that city. That the area they're in, he's not there. He's not in that church. Okay, that man done probably told him close all the doors, lock it up. He's probably somewhere in his house, in his $1 million mansion, probably chilling, like not even where the flood is. Okay, so y'all gotta understand what a lot of these preachers you see on TV, they don't necessarily have good intentions at all. And this is what a lot of these conspiracy theories is getting their religion from. They're getting their Bible-based teaching from.
$55 million a year in book sales and other tax-deductible things. We're going to check on him right now. Joel? Joel? Joel, are you here?
This is stated on the 108 to 114. There's no water.
There's no water there?
No.
Wait, I was told by so many of his followers that it was underwater.
We are getting a little relief by the balcony.
The balcony is giving us some reprieve, I guess. But look at those carpets. Could you imagine how much money you'd have to spend on those carpets to get them clean? Could you imagine? Probably thousands of dollars. Probably thousands of dollars. I don't blame the guy. Joel?
So basically, when the people lost their houses in the wildfires in California, they was going through the same thing these two brothers are going through in this video posted. The same exact thing, man. Okay, where you going to turn to? If not even, you can't even trust the preachers at all to let you in. You see, the devil is everywhere. Like y'all say, like I said, this is what I say, man, I don't believe in no devil. Okay? No, Joel Osteen did this on his own. The devil didn't tell him to do it. He did this on his own intention. That man didn't want people coming into his church. Okay, he didn't want all these random people, yet you supposed to be a man of God. Because if it was God allowed Noah to build the ark and let animals in there, 2 of every animal in there. You can't let 2 of every person, every family come into your church that need help. That's bullshit.
Joel, are you here? Joel Osteen. Has anyone seen Joel Osteen? He's flooded right now, apparently. I'm tired of everyone telling me that, he's done enough. And when he can, he'll open up his church. Looks like you can fucking open up your church right now, Joel. Why don't you go ahead and do it? Because you know what's happening across the freeway? People are dying.
So as you've seen, that Lakewood Church is dry as all get out. Now, they had a person that was doing work in there, and they said, well, the bottom floor got a little water. But if anyone has been to Lakewood Church or the Compact Center, Lakewood Church, even if they had water at the bottom, it would be still dry because at the top, as you saw in the video, is dry. They have multiple rooms all over that church. The auditorium itself seats at least 16,000 people. So there's no excuse for that. Now, what got a lot of people upset with Joel Osteen was a post that he made on Twitter. We'll go ahead and put that up. So it says, "Our hearts break as we see the damage and destruction in our city. Please join us in helping Houston."
Now, basically, this man gonna start doing donations. He did donations right after. He started asking for a whole lot of money that's gonna go into his pockets. Ain't gonna go to none of these victims at all, right? So y'all gotta understand it, man. A lot of these conspiracy theories, they'll take this man's word for it. They'll believe every word Joel Osteen says, right? And then they'll go on YouTube. They'll talk about the New World Order, and they'll talk about the government. They'll talk about the one world government and the Antichrist all day long. But yet none of them will talk against Joel Osteen at all. None of these conspiracy theories, the Alex Jones, Vincent Christian, hacking headlines, none of them do videos on this dude at all. This hypocrite. I lost all respect for Joel Osteen. I have no respect for him because of that. And y'all need to understand this, man. For those that keep talking about the New World Order, that's not going to happen until after the rapture. And I repeat, after God then came back and then raptured up the church is when such things are going to happen. Because the devil, the supposed Antichrist is going to come. He's going to call himself Jesus Christ. He's going to be performing miracles like Jesus did when he walked the earth. Okay? If you're a true man and woman of God, you know God is a spirit. All right? He sacrificed his only begotten son on the cross for our sins. So he died for us. All right? So he's in heaven. He ain't come back as no flesh no more. The flesh was too evil. It's too corrupted, right? So for all y'all to keep bringing this stuff up, this video just proves that all that stuff you see on YouTube is basically a straight up lie. It's all lies, man. Nobody knows for sure. First of all, the people that's even doing these videos have never actually been inside a facility like that at all. Okay? So when a disaster like that comes, why does FEMA got to be the enemy? Why does FEMA have to be doing anything wrong if they got to pay these victims they helping by the government? The government got to send funds out. Every time a fire comes like that and would affect a city in the area and people lose their homes, the government got to step in and do what they can to try to fix the issue, meaning they got to pay up a whole lot of money. All right? But these evangelicals, these pastors that's on TV preaching the word of God, a lot of them don't have good intentions, and you obviously see that now.
They visit and they give you the link. Like, okay. So then when you go there, this is the first thing that caught my attention. Look to the right-hand side. It says, give now. 50.
Notice, this is always the thing, right? All these conspiracies want you to donate, right? Because they want your money. They're not going to use none of that money to help none of these victims on. They're not going to use none of that money on the ministry. They're not going to preach. They're not going to preach. They're not going to pastor nobody. They ain't going to do nothing to really help nobody. But they want your money. That's what he's doing. It's like I say, it's all a setup, man. They use religion as a way to get money. Okay? And I'm not saying that this is all the preachers, because there are some preachers that abide by the word of God, man. If you're a preacher and you doing what's best, you doing what's right, then all power to you, man. I ain't got nothing to say to you. But to you hypocrite preachers, you evangelicals, y'all ain't trying to help nobody at all. You all for yourself. And like I say, this is sad. And yeah, you got people that want to talk about the devil. There's no need to watch the devil. The devil is everywhere. Okay, for you, and this is just for you Christians, you religious folks, right? Like they said, I don't believe in the devil, but this is for people who do believe in the devil. If you believe in the devil, then the devil is everywhere. There's no need to try to watch the devil. The devil is all around you every single day. And the devil basically used Joel Osteen to shut them doors, keep them locked. Okay, there was even rumors of him hiring armed guards, so people couldn't even come in there that needed help, that was cold, suffering from pneumonia, needed a place to lay their head to be warm. He gonna lock their doors and let them in the cold to die. Okay, and this is what we're dealing with. This is why religion is such bad. This is the problem with Christianity in general, and that's what a lot of these conspiracy theorists is getting their beliefs from. Right? They're so-called Christians. Y'all not real Christians. Y'all gotta admit that. Y'all just need to admit that now. So no, man. The Most High led me to do this video because a lot of y'all watching these videos at home, watching these videos, y'all need to understand what you're looking at. Y'all need to go back and research what they're telling you, man. Don't just take their word for it because they want you to be misled. And just like these conspiracy theories that keep talking about a rapper being black, Jay-Z, Beyonce, P. Diddy, Oprah Winfrey, no, they'll call them satanic all day long, but won't call their own people satanic. They'll never call the Mexican community, the Asian, none of these Indians, no other race that's famous satanic at all, but they'll get on the black man and woman all day long, right? You can understand what you're dealing with. These are not real men and women of God at all.
100 and 200. So it's a link to their site giving money. Now, you did not open the church at all. It took so much backlash for them to even start considering to open the church. Now I saw a picture where they're putting air mattresses in the church and talking about they're going to open the church for people. But at that point, it's kind of fake, because if it was really in your mind and in your heart to help the people of Houston, then you would have did that without any kind of internet backlash.
So that man basically said it. That brother right there basically put the nail in the coffin there. Y'all need to stop believing these fake, these bullshit. Because this website here, this link just told you, man, it's myths. Because first of all, if you're a believer of God, then you ain't got to worry about none of that stuff, man. God say go protect you from all that. This one world government, new order, you ain't got to worry about that. You should not be worried about that. And like I told y'all in another video, y'all need to be worried about saving souls with God, meaning preaching the word. Telling people how they can receive God like I did in my other video. Well, I told people how they can pray and ask God to forgive them. How he can ask God to come into their heart. And that's for the beginning Christians, the ones who don't know. That's not for the advanced. The advanced ones, that's the ones that's in the church, that's in the word of God daily, that's actually reading that Bible. These conspiracy theorists are not reading their Bibles at all. They only taking certain things out of the scriptures and putting what they want in and saying what they want. No, that's not the full thing. That's not the full teaching at all. Okay? So you want to know what FEMA is? There you go. And I'm on Google. I'm researching it now. So just in case y'all want to basically, you know what I'm saying, discredit me. And for the one, and the guy who told me don't ever look at Wikipedia is like an encyclopedia. It's basically it's the main source that people get research from. All right. So that's why I use Wikipedia. For the one guy on one of my videos who told me don't look at Wikipedia. No, it's basically the main source of information that Google uses, because it's distributed by people that are, like I said, who have knowledge of it. College graduates, people with degrees, they post their information on here. All right. You can't post something on Wikipedia without having certification. All right. So again, man, y'all gotta understand what you're dealing with. FEMA is not the enemy. I'm telling you that now. All right. FEMA, even in the FEMA camps might be the spot that all that's gonna take place. Y'all need to just stop making stuff up, man. Again, man, these conspiracy theories, a lot of people on YouTube, especially on the internet, they're scared, man. They're living in fear. Y'all gotta live your life. Life is too brief. Okay? So as far as these wildfires and all that stuff go, FEMA has to help them. When your house is burned down, you lost everything, where else are you going to turn to? Especially when you got family that's miles away. Your phone is going, you can't even call your own family to come help you. What are you going to do then? Just ask yourself that, right? It's hard for you to go to a job because you got no clothes to wear, right? It's hard for you to work. It's hard for you to live because you have nothing else. You lost everything. What are you going to turn to? Who are you going to go to? Y'all got to use y'all common sense. Stop living in this fake reality. Y'all watching too many movies. You're watching too much Matrix. You're watching too much stuff you ain't got no business watching, especially if you're a Christian. No, man. Leave FEMA alone, man. Y'all got to get off them because that's not the problem, man.